Test, 1, 2, 3, test, audio test. Alright, so welcome to the yoga class today, and this is Kripalu Yoga, which I'm excited about doing and teaching. And one of the reasons is it's very more internal. It's more about being aware of your movements and aware of how you move, and so I like it's very mindful movements. And so with that, you have more of an experience of not only your outside world, but your inner worlds too. So today, really want you guys to be aware and ask for whatever you might need in the class. And we have that chair, Kathy, if you need it. We have blocks, we have props, and it's really about taking care of yourself. And we always give different variations off of every movement. So, you can choose variation 1, variation 2, or whichever. So it's really about going as far as you need for today. And what I like about this work is also it brings you to this moment too. It just brings you more present. So for today's, we're going to be focusing a little bit on the back and the spine and stretching a little bit and, just being aware of that. And we'll be doing some different forms. We'll also be doing some breathing work with our movements. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So let's get started. And let's start with talking about seat alignment. So there's many different ways to sit for you're comfortable. If you need a little prop here, the blanket is great. If you want it higher, the higher you sit, sometimes the easier it actually might be for you, Wayne. And if you got the 2 blocks, you can actually put 2 side to side. Some people sit like this if you can't sit cross-legged. So they put the 2 blocks together. Let me show you real quick the demonstration. So those both the same size. There you are. So that would be that. So we're going to be staying for about a good 10 minutes or so you want to make sure you're comfortable. And whichever. Okay. Perfect. So whatever you need, the higher you go, the little easier it is to sit. You don't have to cross your legs. We have more props if anyone needs them. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to sit here. It's the most comfortable for me. And we're just going to do a minute meditation, just bring ourselves present. And we just close our eyes, being aware of our bodies, so we're present here. And just notice your breath, and all moving to get here, and the thoughts about the day or the class, and just let them go. And just see what you really need to be present at this moment. How can you really show up for yourself at this moment? You're setting aside 45 minutes for yourself. Really take care of your body and take care of yourself and your vehicle and your spirit. That's a very powerful gift. And we slowly open our eyes. A lot of times we start with an Om, if you choose to, and it's more of a, like I'm bowing down to the divinity in ourselves. Thank God. Alright? Starting our class. So, we're going to do a few things. One is our breathing, and it's called Dirga breathing. And it's a very gentle breathing. It's called a 3-part breathing. And it's going to show up a little bit through our different movements. So, I'll show it to you now. And basically, put your hand on your stomach for a second. And as you breathe in, your stomach goes out. And then exhale. And then breathe in, the stomach goes out again. And then the second part would be the chest also going out. Breathe a little bit more. And then thirdly, the top. And exhale. So it's like 3 parts. So slowly breathe in, push the stomach a little bit, chest, ribs, and then upper chest. So it's like a wave. 1, 2, 3. Again. So Dirga breathing. And what you want to do is do maybe 5 on your own, just so you get familiar with it. It's a very gentle breath. So and while we're doing positions, I might say, okay, let's do a couple of diaphragm breathings. So we're just going to go. And it's that three-part breathing. It's very, very nice, very gentle, but it's just bringing the awareness back to our bodies with each breath. So when we're in position, we'll do a couple of diaphragm breathings. And it does open up a little bit for people. So that's just a little reminder of the diaphragm breathing. The one we're really going to show a little bit today is the Kapalabhati breath, and that's a different breath, and that's a little bit more warming to the body. So we'll do that just occasionally, and that's when we're kind of warming up our body. We're like, hey, we want to be here, we want to breathe. So imagine there's like a little fly with a string at the end of your nose, and you're blowing them away. And you put your hand in your stomach, and this is more rapid. It's like sucking in the stomach real quick. And you imagine it just... Try 5 of those in your own. And you can feel that. And the only times you wouldn't want to really do this particular one, you gotta be careful if you have like high blood pressure. It would actually stimulate this. If you had abdominal surgery or any abdominal pains, it obviously wouldn't be very good. Or, if you're already really tight and stressed. Because this is built to build a little more energy in the body. So we have these 2 breaths. We have diaphragm breathing, which is the gentle 3-part breathing. And then we have the Kapalabhati breath, which is more fast and warming. So it's like, let's try one more time. And you try once with your hands in your stomach. Really. It's all the abdominal muscles. So we'll continue to come back to these breaths over and over while we're doing our breathings. So, and so at certain times it's just warming us up. Like, hey, this is where we want to be. So, saying that, let's actually start a little movement. Over here, just a gentle stretch with the right hand up. Really stretch to the stars for a second. And I kind of like the whole thing for like 2 breaths. Just, and then slowly back down. And out the other arm up. Really stretch. Like, see if you can touch one of those stars this time. Really up, twinkling, and down. And I really always like to emphasize the posture. Our chest, almost imagine like there's a cord pulling you up here. The shoulders, the blades are down. Your spine is long. And we'll just keep bringing ourselves back and forth to these basics. They're really important. So now we're going to do a little 15-degree stretch over to your left. And down. And the other arm up 15 degrees over to the left. And down. Slowly back. And now 45 with the right hand. A little bit there. 2 breaths. Our diaphragm breathing. And down. And you want to make sure your shoulders aren't falling forward. You want to stay on these planes. 45 the other side. 2 diaphragm breathings. And down. And when we go back to center, our spine as straight as we can, crown, the chest pulling up, proud chest. And the last one, as far as you want to reach, as you can, over to the right. As far as you can, just hold it there, 2 breaths. Do your breathing. And over to the other side, as far as you want to go this morning, you're still warming up. And once again, not how far, but keeping that form. And back to the straight. Now, over here, we're going to do, I'm going to turn myself so you guys can see a little bit. So we're here, we're going to do a little cat stretch. We're going to lean our feet forward, the back arches up. Big cat. Cat that got scared, big breath, just a couple breaths here. And back to the seating position. Okay. And one more time. Big cat again. stretch a little further, back goes up. And then just back up to our seated position. We're starting to warm up our spine because we're going to be using it today. And now this is a dog tilt, where the hips go the other direction, a little tilt looking up to the ceiling. Dog or cow, you have a little arch in the back. 2 breaths. And returning back this way. And one more time. Back. Looking to the ceiling, little arch, hips turn. And back. It's our dog tilt. And now we're going to come off our blocks for a second. And we're going to actually put everything aside for now. And you want to make sure they're out of the way, off their mat. And now we're just sitting. We're going to slightly windshield wipe our knees back and forth, just 15 degrees, just a little bit. A little windshield wiping back and forth. Only going 15 degrees at first. And then we slowly start to 45. And this is really important. You're slowly waking up each of the little individual muscle groups. That's why you don't want to jump too far. Just doing 45, a little windshield wiping. Keeping our awareness on our body, bringing us present. And then a little further again. And this time you want to keep your sit bones on the ground. Your hips are not coming up. And you want to just see how far you can rock back and forth. But without having the hips come up. It's a little trickier. Okay. And now we're going to add the sit bones. Let them come up a little bit. And we'll just turn a little bit each time if you can. And just do a good job to take care of yourself. Only want to go as far as you can. And this whole series might be just do the best. And there. And then the last part of the series is actually turning and reaching to the wall behind you. And you got that long arm, the leg. Just take a nice breath here. 2 breaths. And then back to center. And then stretch the other side. Stretching, long arm, good line, stretching, 2 breaths. And back to center. And one more time. This time if you have full expression would be lifting the hips up. If you wanted to really stretch, hold for 2 breaths. And back to center, and the other side. Really extending, hip comes up this time, stretching. And really taking care of yourself, what you need, and back to center. Okay. And now we're going to do what is called our table. With our table, this is what's great about having these blankets. You can put it on your knees. Protect our knees. And then we have our hands are lined up right over our shoulders. Our knees are right over the sit bones. And this is our table position. Okay. And then from here, from the table here, what we're going to do is we are going to do our cat pose again. Up. Nice big breath. And then down to center. Up one more time. Big cat. And down to center. And this time we're going to do our dog. The other way, looking up a little bit. Back arches. And back to center. And one more dog. Arch, the eyes look up if they can, and back to center. And let's do a cat and dog. Up, big cat. And then down, dog, and then dog curve, dog or cow, and back to center. Okay, you guys are great. And now what we're going to do is, while we're in this position, we're just wagging our tail a little bit, like our hips. We're like just wagging a little bit at first. It's like, oh, okay. We're loosening up the spine, loosening up these muscles, and this is very important for all the joints being lubricated and everything, and the muscles getting warm. And now a little bigger tilt. The dog got happier. He's going to get fed. He's going to get big happy. And then at some point, turn to see if you can see your hips to that side, and turn to see if you can see your hips to that side. Just back and forth. Like, where's that tail? And once again, being careful, mindful how far you can go. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay. And now we go back to center. And from there, we're going to go ahead and one arm. We're going to build this strong foundation. We're doing a 3 tripod here. The arms may move a little bit. And we're going to reach for the ceiling for a second with our right hand. And we really want to open that chest up. And just take a nice Dirga breath here again. And back down to the table. Now the other arm, putting all the weight into the right hand, lifting the left arm, stretching up to the ceiling. Really see if you can get the arms in the same plane, and take 2 breaths. Dirga breathing. And back down. Okay, one more time. Other right hand up, stretch, nice breath. And then come all the way down. This time we're going to thread right through the needle. We're going to come down and lean on our shoulder. And be careful, once again, this is a spinal twist. So, very good. And then just lean on the shoulder if you can and take a breath. And another breath. And coming back to table. Nice strong table. And the other side, of course, left, stretching up. Holding for a second, couple breaths. Threading through the needle, coming all the way through. Leaning on the shoulder if you can. And just do the best you can there. Perfect. And a couple of breaths. And slowly coming back up to table. And the last thing is keeping your knees over your sit bones. This is called a puppy stretch. Just keep them high up and just stretch if you can. You can feel a little extra stretch on the shoulders, making the arms elongated, walking the fingers up, forehead down, nice puppy stretch. Take a nice deep breath. What we're going to do is we're going to slowly from here rock back, and we're going to sit into our child pose, which is nice, gentle, relaxing if you can. You can have your arms here on your forehead, you can have your hands at the side here, folded. Or you can just have your hands to the side and just sit for a minute with your eyes closed and just take a couple of breaths and notice how your body is slowly getting warm. How it's changed since maybe you've come in the room only 10 minutes ago. And this is a nice relaxing pose. We're really getting the benefits of all the stretching we just did. Might not seem a lot, there's a lot of micro movements, and just slowly awareness. Okay, we're ready, we come back up to our table. And we're going to sit up and take any counter stretches you might need at this moment. Like if you just need to shake or wiggle. Whatever, we're going to slowly start to stand. Come up and get all our props away. And notice this moment. We've been on the ground for almost 10-15 minutes and now we're standing. And close your eyes for a second. Just notice how it feels different. Almost like a plant. It was on the ground, rooted, and all of a sudden it's extended upward. I feel a little heat in the body. And this is what makes this yoga very different than other ones. It's really the awareness, tuning in. Slowly opening our eyes, coming back together as a group. And we're going to do our Tadasana. We're just going to build our mountain pose. And our ankles are under our knees are under our sit bones, and we can lift our toes for a second, just to make sure all our weight is actually here. And before we do this, we actually want to have our block close by. We're going to need that in a minute. Okay, and so we got our ankles, knees, and the sit bones. Got the toes raised, and then slowly put the toes back down. But we know about all the weights in the center of the feet. We're building this foundation. Okay, and then from here, with our hips, just a little tilt back and forth, just to notice the tilt. Alright. And then find the middle point. And then find the arms, and then once again we're working on the form, the chest. Is the chest open? Is it proud? Is it collapsed? We want a big proud chest. And imagine our shoulder blades, you feel them going downward, our arms going downward. In a minute we're going to raise both hands, and as we do that though, we want to be aware that our shoulder blades don't go up. You don't want this space to really close. So, actually let's take this block and we're going to put it between our knees for our thighs for a second. We're going to hold on to it. And this pose is actually building strength, and as you squeeze that block, you can feel the strength now in this pose. It's like this is a mountain pose. This isn't a pose to be taken lightly. This is strength. This is right here. Your chest. And now we're going to slowly raise with both arms up. Extend for those stars again. And we're still squeezing that block. We still feel that strength. Take a nice 2 breaths here. And be aware of our shoulders. Are our shoulder blades down? Have we lost our form, or can we be present? And now this is the moment where we go back to our Kapalabhati breaths. We're going to do 5. With our arms up, we're going to bring it. You ready? Just go on your own. 5 Kapalabhati breaths up. And sit for a second. And just feel the arms above. Extend a little bit more, bring the shoulders down. Breathe, normal. And one more set of 5 for Kapalabhati breaths. Ready? And just sit here for a second, and even close your eyes for a second. Feel how it feels in the body. Feel the strength. Feel the warmth that you just created. Just for a moment, just checking in. And eyes slowly open back down. And we can go ahead and we're going to put our arms out for a second. We're going to put our blocks back down. We don't need them anymore. So we're going to go back to standing. And now with what we were doing before, we're going to slowly, one hand, just reach up 15 degrees, stretching to our right. We've been here before, we know this, but now we're standing. Take a breath. And then back down. And the other hand, 15 degrees left. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Take a nice deep breath. And down. And we're going for the 45 for the right. And we're going to make sure that we're not collapsing forward. We're going to make sure that this chest is open and our shoulder blades are down. And we're not hurting the spine. We're doing great with the neck. We're not twisting it. It all stays in the same plane. And down. 45 again. And back down. And now, both hands up. Nice, strong, proud chest, shoulder blades down. We still feel the block even though it's not there anymore. We feel the strength. Take 2 breaths. And now we're going to slowly tilt 15 degrees to the left. And hold 2 breaths. This is all awareness. Our mind wants to race ahead, but we want to be present. How can we make this moment new? And back to center. 15 degrees to the right. Hold 2 breaths. How can we make this moment new? And back to center. And we know where we're going next. 45 degrees. We're making a beautiful half moon. This is the pose we're doing. Our arms are elongated. Nice deep breath. Take 2 breaths here. Another breath. And back to center. Keep elongated. And 45 again. Making this moment, this move new. Take a nice deep breath. And we really want to be aware, don't move, be aware of our alignment. Is our hip jabbing way far this way? Are our heels still meeting the ground? Are we tilting? We want to still be rooted. We're holding the body's strength. We're only really bending at the waist to do this half moon. We're not extending. And back to the center. Now for our full expression, we're going to lean as far as we can today. And as it warms our body, we're going to lean. In our full half moon, full, this is your moon. You imagine you're a half moon right now. You are the moon crescent. And take a nice deep breath, and we're going to do 5 Kapalabhati breaths. And raise at the top. And just relax and take a breath. 5 more Kapalabhati breaths. Breathe. On the exhale. And here. And coming down. Nice. And we're back in our Tadasana. And just feeling how that feels with the arms down by the side. Take a nice breath, 2 breaths here. This is also the pose. Alright, really here, we don't walk around as we stand here. With my fingers here, you could raise your chest a little higher, raise the air, extending up to the top if you can. Press points here, thank you. And here, raising up. Really feel that. Maybe close your eyes for a second. Extending up to the top. Beautiful. Extending to the top, trying to reach my hand as far as you can. And breathe in this position. Feel. You're going to extend there and there. Beautiful. Okay. And just relax. Shake it out for a second. We're going to come to the front of our mats. We'll do a side view here. At the front of our mats, we're going to slowly start building that foundation. We already know the pose, the Tadasana. And from here, we're going to slowly measure our 2 feet over railroad tracks. And we're going to take a step back with our right foot. And we're going to balance a little bit on those toes. And this back leg is engaged. And this is very important. Look down at your foundation. Is your knee above your ankle? Is it a strong foundation? You don't want to be leaning too far. You don't want to be leaning too back. You might have to adjust. And you don't want to be teeter-tottering, so you might have to pull your legs a little bit further apart. You want a strong foundation. We are building our Warrior One pose. Put our hands at our hips this moment. Very good, you got your chair if you need it. And just sit here for a second. And see if you can feel the strength of this. Make sure that back leg is engaged. Make sure the knees, and this might be our only balanced position today. So even close your eyes for a second. See how that feels on the inside. As soon as I close my eyes, I start to lose my balance. But it's like, we're like children, we're having fun here. Okay. And just breathe, take 2 breaths in here with your eyes closed. Dear God, breathing. Okay, and open our eyes. And now place both hands on the knee. And you might find that you might need to sink a little bit more when you place both hands on the knees. It changes the posture a little bit. Okay, and from here, we're going to slowly reach both arms up. Same position we've been before. Making sure that foundation is nice and strong. Here, we extend, and we're going to do 5 Kapalabhati breaths. And just wait. Just hold it for another minute. Find a focal point of gaze. Really feel the strength in this pose. See if you can feel the strength in your legs, feel the arms, shoulder blades down. 1 more second. And slowly relax the arms down back to the knees. And take a step forward. And center. Everyone doing okay? Everyone needs? Okay. And taking a breath, noticing it. We build our foundation again. Maybe raise our toes for a second, put it back down. And this time we're going to step back with our left leg. Stepping back. We're building, our knees over our ankle. Heel up, the back leg is engaged. Make sure you get enough space. I feel teeter-totter. Hands are on the hips. And from here, you just find a nice pose. While we're here this time, we're going to do a little micro. Our hips are actually like a 45, a little bit, because, and we can try turning them a little bit. Actually, no, this is, the hips are forward on this. I apologize for getting my movements mixed up. Our hips are forward. We are on railroad tracks. We're here, and then we're going to close our eyes for a second again and see if we can balance. This is our only balanced position we're doing today. As soon as I close my eyes, I start losing my balance. We're exploring like kids. And opening our eyes again, checking our form. Is our chest open? We're slowly extending to the crown. Okay, just take a couple of breaths. And on the the second breath, slowly raise the arms. We know where we're going. Shoulders down, big proud chest, arms extended for the stars, reaching up. And we're going to do our 5 Kalabali breaths. Ready? And hold. And find our focus points, the gaze point. Just hold for another minute longer. Feel the heat building in this pose. Feel the strength. How can I make this moment new? Can I take this life seriously? How can I take this pose seriously? Arms slowly come down, onto the knees, stepping forward, and standing and shaking it out. Warrior 1. Okay. Now from here we are going to let's go to the ground for a second. Let's do Warrior 2, then we're going to do that. Okay, so we're here. And we're building actually, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move for a second. I want everybody I'm going to step over here so I'm in the same level. We're actually going to step in a star position. So we're here, and we're going to here. So like imagine this is my mat, we're going to be all facing this wall. And the legs are apart. And a little further is about it. And imagine like you're a star here. We're twinkling. And we put our hands back on our hips. And from here, we want to keep this foot right where this is going to be our back foot. We're going to turn this foot 90 degrees. And now we're going to look down. We're going to make sure we're built. We get our knee over our ankle, and our back leg is locked. Go back over here. So, we went from star, we turned, and here we are. And now the hips are the 45. So your hips are just slightly 45 here. Your hands are at the hips. And then from here, just noticing, building that foundation. Leg is strong, back leg is strong. Is everyone's knees or ankles okay? Sometimes you can always put a little support if you can't quite turn that foot down. Okay. Let me know if you need anything. And then from here, what I like to do is a little micro stretches. Just because we're here at 45, just little micro stretches. Try to go a little bit further. Turn in a little bit. And these are just opening up that hip. It's actually very healthy for the hip. We're just stretching towards the hip and go to the front and go back 45. Again. And back. And they seem like such small movements, but they're very important, very healthy. And one more thing, guys. Deep breath. And back. Okay, we're at our 45. And from here, we're going to, we haven't talked so much about the core, but a nice strong abdomen, nice strong stomach muscle pulling up, rising up to the chest, hands are here. And with this, we're going to take our first thing, we're going to take a nice breath in, and we're going to slowly raise our arms up. And this is, we want to be the same height of our shoulder. So you want to get your level out, your eye, and look to the back, and we'll be surprised at go. Look to the front, and extend through. Keep the position, really extending both hands at the same time. See if you can extend, extend, extend. And we still have the chest, the proud chest going there, beautiful. Extending through, both at the same time, beautiful, extending. All right. And now we're here, we want to make sure we got a good solid base. And we're not going to move our base, and we're extended through. And what you do is just stretch forward a little bit. Not moving the base, not moving it, just stretch. Like you're reaching for a nice plate of cookies. And then back to the center. And then you're going to reach again. And then back to the center. And that is now moving the back foundation. Now, the back arm, see if you can stretch the back. This is a plate of broccoli. Maybe you're not going to stretch as far for this one. But maybe you are. Really see if you can touch, and then come back to center. And then go back again. And then go back here. So front. Nice breath in, and exhale. Back, nice breath in, and exhale. One more time, front. Center, and back. Okay. And now what we're going to do is turn the right hand forward, flip. And you're going to keep these arms in the same plane. We're going to slowly raise that arm and lower the other arm. We're going to be looking up a little bit. And right here we're going to do our 5 Kapalabhati breaths. And just holding, staring at the ceiling, just another minute, gaze, find a gaze point, holding, feel the strength in the leg, really feel this position. And slowly coming back down to level. All control, look at the back hand, flipping the hand back down, putting both hands here and stepping forward. Warrior 2. And of course, the next side. So we're going to go ahead and do our star. Everybody face that wall all the way that way. So from there, star, okay, arms up, twinkle, arms back to the hips, and turn the right foot 90 degrees. Back foot is strong here. Right. Great position. We know this position now, we've been here. We're looking to make sure our knees lined up, back line up is strong. We got a 45, we're going to do our little micro bends in. Turning. Micro bends. Nice breath each time. We tend to hold our breath a lot as humans. Dirga breathing. You can really feel that opening up your hips, stretching and contracting. Okay, from there, nice strong position. And now how can we make this position new? How can we make this like the very first position? Without having a nice breathe in, raise the arms, raising up. Long, straight line. Look to the back arm. Look to the front arm. Keep not moving the base. Slowly doing a little stretch forward and back. Again, reaching for those cookies, stretching without moving the base, and back. All moving the core. And now to the back. 1, back to center. 2, and back to the center. Now 1 forward, breathe in, and exhale. To the back, breathe in, making this movement new, and exhale. Not missing a single moment in our practice. And just holding. And this time we're going to do our 5 Kapalabhati breaths here. Ready? Good tight abdomen, breathing, exhaling. Begin. Imagine that fly going in and out. Really building the heat. Then flipping the right hand. Slowly turning, keeping the arms together. Graze points. Looking up, up. Find a focus point and just hold. Nice, Dirga breathing. Breathe here, 5-part, 3-part breathing. And turn the hand down, slowly coming back down. Put both hands on the knees and step forward. And shake it out. See if you need any counter poses, anything. Hips, tail. Okay, and so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move to the ground. And this is our last movement for the day. What we're going to do is we're going to take our straps. We're going to have our straps with them. You might want to have a little cushion underneath here. You don't want to get too high, but you just want a little cushion. We have our legs out in front but bent. And what we're going to do is our straps. We're going to put it here. And the straps are great because they allow us to, we don't have long arms, we're not flexible, we can do a lot more with them, but they also can be dangerous because you got these big biceps and you're pulling on all these little muscles, so we don't want to do that. So we just want to be aware of our straps. And so here we slowly can work our feet out a little bit, and this is, the point is, once again, is the posture. Is our chest open? Is our back straight? Am I doing this? This is not what we want. We just want, we don't want to go, the goal isn't to put our feet, our head to our knees, our goal is to keep our back straight. So as we do that, now maybe come forward just a little 45, now our back's warmed up. 45, just take a deep breath. walk out a little further if you can. And everyone's at their own space. And if you can't fully extend, go ahead and extend. And then come to that 45 position again. Keeping that back straight. And if I was honest, there you are. My back is about as far as I can go. As far as you can go today, keeping that back straight. This is our forward bend here. Elongating through the spine, reaching up. Come around, just elongating. You don't want to lose that posture. Beautiful. Keeping the neck straight and everything perfect. Okay. And just a couple breaths there. And if this is the farthest you can go at this moment, back straight, chest open. And this is perfect. And this is our forward bend. And then after that, turn to your last breath. You go ahead and just put the straps down. And put your hands wherever they place, on your shins or your ankles, and then you can curl a little bit. And just ragdoll down a little bit. You can touch your toes, if not, just put your hands here, just ragdoll down. And take 5. This time we're just going to do the deer grub, really nice, relax. And with each breath, see if you can sink a little bit lower. And then slowly walking back up. Okay. Great. So we're going to just put all our props aside. We're going to lay down for a couple of minutes for Shavasana, which is very important. We're just going to lay down here. You can put a blanket over you, but it's kind of warm today. Sometimes I put a blanket on me just for grounding. It just makes me feel like present. But each person's different. You need it under here or under your ankles, whatever you need. And this is a really important part of our practice. And this is, we're integrating all that hard work we've been doing. Just really absorbing it all. Just be mindful, be aware of your breath. Really be aware of your inner world. Notice the difference your body feels since you first arrived. We're just going to take another minute or so just to really absorb all this, soak it all in. And you slowly open your eyes just to be present. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and slowly roll to our sides and sit up. And we're going to do it together as a group in the seated position you found best in the beginning. So if you needed the double blocks or you needed a pad, whatever you need, just be mindful. As long as you're comfortable. And we've done 2 breath works already, and one was warming the body, the other was very more mindful. We're now going to do a third one, which is very calming after this nice practice. And this is the Nadi Shoda. And it is a very relaxing. I'm going to demonstrate once. So you get your ring finger and your thumb, your hands like this, opposite piece. And I'm just demonstrate. So you breathe in, one nostril, and then you switch, exit. Breathe in, and then breathe in. Go ahead and try. Breathe out. motion because it's meant for like meditation and clearing the mind, really helping focus. I recommend you practice on your own. If you have some time, just sit there and just feel that breath coming in and out, that circular motion. And just notice right now how it feels. Okay, we'll put our arms down. And I appreciate everyone coming to the class today and making this moment yours, and making it new each moment.